What's going on, guys? CASST.ONE here. Gonna give you another tip. This tip I saw on one of the forums about how to make your butt caps, and I'll show you how I do mine. What you see here is two square pieces. Well, they're not perfectly square, but two shapes cut out of those anti-fatigue EVA foam mats. No, I do not I do make my grips out of that type of material, but I only do it as like trying to figure out different patterns and practice. This right here is actually what they use for grips, and I made some custom grips for matching rods, and I got two butt caps that need to have a bottom piece on it. So what I do is the rod is about around a half inch, give or take. So I cut a small piece of aluminum rod, and it's better to be thicker than to be thinner, because it's going to go on the lathe, not like this, but with at least one side on there. Now I already put one layer of contact cement on here and on the bottom, okay, and what I'm doing is I'm letting it soak in, and you see here it still looks like a little wet. Over here it looks pretty good, so this one's due for another layer. Both these seem like they're due for another layer, so I'm gonna put another coat on here, and then I'm gonna let them sit, and then I'll put them on the lathe. So stay tuned. Okay, so we got the second layer on both the butt grips and the butt caps. And all I'm simply going to do is take one, get it roughly in the middle, and press down on it. Okay, I'm doing this one-handed here, bear with me. Okay, so we're just going to leave it like that for now. And on this one, flip it over and stick it in the middle as much as we can. Nice even pressure to it, and now we're just gonna let that sit. Okay, make sure it's nice and stuck. Okay, I know they look dirty, but I'll clean them before I put them on the rod. They gotta get turned again anyway. So next step is take one side off and put it on the lathe, and I will show you when I get there. And I lied. This is the last step, where you have to cut off the corners of it's just better and easier that way to cut off the corners of that square so it turns better on the lathe. Now that they're set, we're going to put them on the lathe, and I'm not going to take you step by step because each lathe is different, each tool is different, roughly the same, but I'll take you step by step through it. Let me know if you want to see me lathe grips. I'll do it. Anyway, yeah, so you gotta cut out the corners, and this is pretty thick, so when I put it on the lathe, I will cut this down so it's not so thick. But yeah, I like using the cheap EVA mats as butt caps, because you know, you can always replace this end, or, you know, and you can get any color you want. I'm doing black because all the components on the rod are black, other than these green and yellow grips. All right, so let's get it on the lathe. We are on the lathe, and my lathe is a Shopsmith. I use a Shopsmith. I wish I could use a more professional lathe, but this is just fine. And you guys can use your power drill lathe or put it on the drill press and do it that way. To each their own. So this is all I do. I don't support it on the back. This piece is so short but so thick that it's not going to bend or sway, even at being aluminum. And I'm going to shave it down. I don't put a tail on it at all. I spin it just like this. If it does come loose, but when I drilled my hole, this is a half-inch piece of aluminum rod. I take a drill bit that's smaller than a half-inch, because EVA is flexible enough that it will not that it will that it will fit over the bigger piece and be tight, but yet able to take off this mandrel. All right, let me turn it down and show you the product. So there you have it. That's simple as it could be. I don't use duck call jigs or anything like that. Just a short mandrel and some good old-fashioned elbow grease, and you can have yourself a nice butt cap for whatever you're doing. But if you like the video, please subscribe, like, share, and I really appreciate you watching. Thank you and have a great day.